Hello there. This is my video for chapter 1 of my history project, and I've also had help from my sister as well. Okay, so William the Conqueror mainly used motte and bailey castles, which were the most common type of castle in England during his time, the late 11th century. These castles were quick to build, strong enough to control land, and perfect for helping William secure his rule after the Norman conquest of 1066. The motte and bailey castles was the key type of castle used by William and the Normans. It had two main parts, the motte and the bailey. Well, let's take a tour. At the start, the entrance is guarded by a drawbridge, which can be closed if enemies attack. If we go inside, there are many buildings with various reasons. It is not told or is sure what type of buildings there were and how many, but I think we've got a pretty good idea. Now, if we look here, there are soldiers' barracks which were used for the homes of knights, which protected the king, or in this castle especially, barons. There were many barracks because there were many soldiers to protect the king. Here there is the church, which it might seem surprising, but the Normans were very religious and not just fighting in war. Now we come here to the workshop and kitchen. Here food was made for the soldiers to live and grow, but most importantly, be alive to protect the king. Now, the soldiers also needed weapons and tools to fight and win wars. So they built workshops in motte and bailey castles so they can build tools. Now, finally, we head over from the bridge to the keep. The keep is located on the motte. The motte was a steep man-made hill made of earth. On top of the motte stood a wooden tower, as I said, called the keep. This tower was used as a lookout point and as a final place of defense if the castle was attacked. Because the motte was high and steep, it was very difficult for enemies to climb, especially while being attacked from above. Now we move down here to the bailey. The bailey was a large enclosed area at the bottom of the motte. It was surrounded by a wooden fence called a palisade and often a ditch. Inside the bailey were important buildings such as soldiers' barracks, stables, workshops, kitchens, and storage buildings. This is where most daily life in the castle happened. A bridge or stairway connected the bailey to the motte. In times of attack, this could be removed or destroyed, making the motte even harder to reach. But now we move on to the part. Why William used motte and bailey castles so much? William the Conqueror used motte and bailey castles a lot because they had many advantages. Number 1, quick to build. Many could be built in a few weeks using earth and timber. Easy materials. Wood and soil were widely available in England, so William could gather these resources and use them. Strong defense. The height of the motte and surrounding ditches made attacks difficult. Control and intimidation. Castles were often built near towns, roads, or rivers to control the population and scare rebels. After 1066, William ordered castles to be built all across London, York, and Winchester. These were important places that needed to be guarded. Some were even built on top of destroyed Saxon homes to show Norman power. What motte and bailey castles were generally like? Generally, motte and bailey castles were made mostly of wood and earth, not stone at first, had simple but effective defenses, were temporary at first but many were rebuilt later in stone, symbolized Norman authority and control. Over time, many Motte Bailey castles were upgraded into stone castles, with stone keeps replacing wooden towers. However, during William the Conqueror's time, wooden Motte Bailey castles were the most common and important type. In summary, William the Conqueror relied heavily on Motte Bailey castles because they were fast to build and easy to defend, though very effective at controlling England. These castles played a huge role in helping William maintain power and establish Norman rule after the Norman conquest. Thank you for listening, and that was my history project. I hope it was good, but for now, I'll see you in the next chapter. Bye.